All right, good afternoon today, everyone. A little bit of music here. All right, what we're going to do is pull up the rookie notes for the Celtic Classic. We did shoot 27 under. We left a few out there, but just want to get this out to all of you as quickly as possible, as early as possible for the rookie notes that, again, we're going to tweak as we go, but these are pretty solid as it stands today. So close that, open that, here we go. Okay, rookie notes, Celtic Classic. We had the Extra Mile 6, a Sniper 5. Most of the time we're going to use the big dog. We just upgraded to the 7 from the 6. The 6 or 7 are both almost identical except for curl, okay, and a little bit more topspin. So, but you don't need all the topspin when it comes to any of these holes, except for hole number 9, but you're not going to use the full topspin anyway. All right, so with that being said, let's get into it. Hole number 1, Extra Mile 6, Kingmaker, plus 10% on your tee shot. We're going to go to the left fairway for a fairway rough or a rough bump. Full topspin, 3 left spin, and you're going to end up between 326 to 328. I landed at 328. So what I did was I used my Goliath 6th, 1 1/4 topspin, going for the rough bump again. I kept the plus 10% on because on the front side at 326, I missed significantly to the right with 0 elevation. The back 9, I put plus 10% on at min adjustment from 328. I want to aim just a little left of the cup because I just missed it to the right edge of the cup with a rough bump on this one. So that would be my adjustment. I didn't make it, but if you fiddle with those adjustments right there, you're going to be super close, easy birdie, and potentially the eagle. All right, so that's hole number 1. Hole number 2, par 3, Goliath 6, Katana ball, 3 topspin, 3.5 right spin, min adjustment, and 0 elevation. Now what's going to happen is you're going to be down in that very front fairway with the top of the yellow ring cutting the rough, okay? Then what's going to happen is you're going to do your 3 topspin, your 3.5 right spin, and when you get that all set, you're going to then grab the bullseye and start maneuvering it to the following adjustment. Your third bounce. So your first bounce is going to be in the fairway in front of the rough, then it's going to bounce into the hill, and then your third bounce is going to bounce up near the green or on the green. That third bounce is going to be on the right side or the right third of the first dark row of squares to the left of the pin. So now let me work backwards. When you go to the pin and see the green, right, there's the hole or the pin is already cut into the light row of squares. One square to the left, or one row of squares to the left, is dark. Though that's the row that you're going to be targeting. So in that row, you're going to aim your third bounce to the right third of that row or the first square of that dark row. Does that make sense? And then what you're going to do is you're going to use min adjustment and you're going to hit it perfect. Hole 1. Okay. Let's go to hole number 3. 2 options here on hole number 3, par 5. The first option is you're going to bounce into the right fairway, and you're going to bounce off the main fairway into that little fairway that goes off to the right. So you're going to bounce into it from the main fairway. So you're going to use the Extra Mile 6. You're going to use a power 4, open ball, whatever you want to use. Plus 10% with 1 top and full right spin, and then maybe a quarter of a ball out to the right with the curl. So then what happened is, for me, on this option, the front side, from less than 311 yards, I had to use the big dog 6. Actually, it was a 7. And I put minus 10% for going uphill. And I landed prior to that bunker out in the fairway. I put 4 topspin on with 2 left spin with a max adjustment, and I landed, I hit it great, and I landed pin high on the green. Easy putt for eagle. All right, so that's option number 1 if you want to be extremely conservative. Option 2 is we're going to fly our tee shot over into that right little area, that right fairway that cuts off the main fairway. And you're going to use the extra mile 6 with an open ball, power 4 ball, plus 10%, 2 backspin, full right spin at the plus 2 yard mark for your driver. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do the 2 back full right and then a quarter of the ball side spin. You're going to then go and land that around 330 to 333 yards. My ball rested at 333. Use the big dog 7. I have big dog 6 in here, guys and gals. Sorry about that. I did the minus 10%. I did 2 backspin, 4 left spin with max adjustment, and on the green again for an easy eagle putt. Again, these adjustments are not looking for albatrosses, in my opinion. These are just looking to get it on the green, somewhere close, easy putt, moving on to hole number 4. All right, so let's do that. Hole number 4. Par 3. Goliath 6, Katana. I'm not using any elevation change, so 0%, 3/4 top spin, and a half left spin. We're going to use the bounce shot. We're going to aim it at the hole with min adjustment, okay? And we are just on, we started off the front 9 with a 1/4 left spin, and we were a ball outside. Then we went a half a left spin, and we burned the edge. So if you go either aim your ball guide from your Goliath at or just left of the stick and leave these adjustments the same, you're good. If you aim at the hole with these adjustments, you may want to go 3/4 top spin, 3/4 left spin, min adjustment, adjust for the wind, and then of course hit perfect. Okay, so that's hole number 4. I did not make a hole-in-one on this hole, either on the front or the backside. All right, hole number 5. Extra mile 6, berserker ball, full top spin with plus 10% on your drive. Land over near the end of the right fairway on the left side. Or that same comment means you want to be at the plus 30 yard mark and a quarter of your red ring cutting that left rough, okay? So you're going to see there's some bushes over there, and with the extra mile 6, you're able to go on the right-hand side of the right fairway, but on the left side of that right fairway, up in that little nook with the berserker, and you'll see that you'll be at plus 30 yard marker. You're going to move it over to the quarter of the red ring, cutting that rough. You're going to put full topspin on it. You're going to see that it's going to land in the lake, okay? But with the power 5 adjustment, and what's going to happen is you're going to pull the power on the ball back down to the bottom of the power circle, but you're not going to have that power circle break, okay? And then that's your starting spot. You're going to make your wind adjustment. You're going to make that pull back for your power. You're going to hit it perfect. It's going to land probably a yard short of the rough. It's going to bounce over the lake and land just onto those rocks and skip right up between 354 and 360 yards on that second pad, and it's going to give you a easy firefly shot for eagle, okay? Now, with the Firefly, I did 0%, I did mid-adjustment, I made the first one, but the second one, for whatever reason, I missed it to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, and I didn't put any top spin on either one of those attempts. So this second time through, I'm going to put probably 2 bars of top spin on and be able to move that landing spot closer to me and get it in the air less time. And I'm still going to make that 0% mid adjustment and see if we can't get it to go in both times on my next account. Okay, but we made eagle on this hole 1 out of 2 times, so very good and excited about that. All right, hole number 6. Big topper 4, berserker ball. you're going to go full topspin with no overpower. What you're going to be at when you go all the way out there, if you have a big topper 4, you're going to be at plus 28 yards at its max. You're going to pull it back to plus 25. You don't have to adjust for the wind here, and you just take a normal shot, right? Bring the ball back into the middle of the power circle. You don't have to adjust for the wind. Just make sure that your ball guide is going down between those two rough patches and hit a perfect ball. And you should end up right around the 413 yard mark. Now, this is where it gets fun. I suggest you go back and watch my video for this hole and see the exact placement of the landing zone. Goliath 6 full backspin, which is about 4 1/4, and 3 left spin on max adjustment with 0 elevation. I did 2 squares short and inside left of the pin. We hit it perfect off of our wind adjustment, and we made the albatross. So I recommend that you go and take a look at the video, but I'm going to do my best to show you something. Hold on one second. Okay, let me get out of the display capture. There we go. Now let's take a look at this. I can't see because I'm in the way. This is tough. So you see that little picture I drew? The hole, I drew the light square around the hole. Then there's a dark square that's kind of like right in front of it, and then it's the next light square to the left. And right in that little diamond corner is where you want that third bounce, okay? Based off of a berserker ball, okay? So that's how I made the albatross, right with that position. So if you go back and take a look at the video, you can kind of see where I made the adjustment, and you'll be able to stop it, forward, reverse, etc. if you need to. But I did my best to remind me to show you the picture. My hand-drawn picture is like a school stick figure, but that's the best I could do. I tried to take a picture of it off my my monitor with my cell phone. It didn't come out very good at all. It came out too blurry. So, all right, that's hole number 6 for the albatross. So, hole number 7. Goliath 6, par 3, katana ball, plus 15%, 1 backspin, 1 left spin, mid adjustment, top of the yellow ring, cutting the rough, and we did make the hole in one on hole 7, but we missed it on the backside because the wind was a little bit different, and I think my landing zone was just a little bit different on that as well. So we'll have to go back and try to tighten that one up, but we did make it 1 out of 2 times. Hole number 8, again, 2 options here for everyone. Option number 1 is the extra mile 6 with a kingmaker. You can do 0 topspin, 1 right spin, and no overpower. You'll be at using a 10% elevation change, and you're going to land and end at 337 yards for a thorn backspin shot. Okay? So again, you're going to just place the ball out, your landing zone with the yellow ring, the bullseye as far as it'll go. Then you're going to go 0 top spin, 1 right spin, no overpower, and you're going to watch that ball guide. You'll see that it'll bounce just over that far left rough and bend into the fairway. And then you'll just take your adjustment and with 10%. Take a shot, should land out there perfectly around 337. Then I use the thorn backspin shot. You can use a hornet, thorn, whatever your preference is, but I did the thorn backspin at 10%, max adjustment, and I placed the backspin too far behind the stick both times. So what I suggest is if you're going to do this thorn backspin, place the second bounce almost in the hole. So it's going to bounce, and then that second bounce, I had it at least 1 square back the first time, and then I had it about 1/4 square back behind the hole the second time, and neither had enough power to come back into the hole. So it's kind of like that number 8 and 17 on the Coastal Classic tournament, where you would, hit the big topper out to that third island, and then you'd hit the backspin shot, but it would just stick and it wouldn't come back. So similar things here. So you need to have it almost equal to or bouncing into the hole, at least on setup. So as the wind push, because you're going downwind, it pushes it past the hole, and you'll be able to possibly bring it back in for the eagle. All right, option number 2 here on hole number 8, extra mile 6 with a Titan ball. You can do full, and this is what my competitor did. So I'm stealing this from my competitor, and he had a Chucky doll as his emblem. So Chucky, thank you. Extra mile 6 with a Titan ball. Full topspin, 3 left spin with a 35 to 40% overpower on your tee shot, okay? So as reference, what he did was he pushed it all the way out, put his yellow ring all the way out over the rough into the second fairway portion, and then he moved it over to where the yellow ring was cutting the right rough when he was in full overpower. Then, of course, he let it go and it moved back right to where it was. He then took the 35 to 40% overpower tee shot. The wind direction is slightly going from southeast to northwest, so it's going to push over there a little bit, and he was able to bounce over into the first fairway. He bounced again into the first fairway at the end of the fairway, bounced over the lake, and onto that third rough fairway. And then, unfortunately, he rolled through into the rough, but he still made his chip for eagle. But it's a great opportunity for you to bounce 3 times onto that third pad and give yourself an opportunity for Firefly from mid-adjustment 0%. Now, these adjustments on my page are what I believe will get you to that third pad without going into the rough. All right? He had a little bit too much left spin and a little bit too much overpower. So I think if you can follow these type of adjustments and go back and watch hole number 8, which is the backside, which is hole number 17, you'll be able to see some of the adjustments, okay? Now, hole number 9, our final hole of the day. Extra mile 6, Berserker. What we did was, again, you really have 2 options here. You can bounce it into that thumb, or you can fly it over there. I was bouncing it the first time, and I just didn't like it. So now I'm flying the extra mile 6 all the way out into that thumb on the right-hand side, and I'm going full backspin, full right spin, full right curl, okay? And then we're doing a max adjustment at 10%, and as you do that, you're getting to 271 yards when you hit it perfect after you adjust for the wind. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your big dog 6 or 7, and what I did was I had it at 5 topspin, plenty, and it was going too fast. Obviously went right past the stick and down towards the back of the green for a long putt. So I'm going to go 3 3/4 to 4 topspin with no side spin. We're going to have plenty of overpower, right? You're going to do full overpower with a big dog. You're going to do 0 elevation change, and you're going to do your best to give you an opportunity to hit it perfect. Now, again, if you hit it great left or great right, if you're aiming over that sand trap, you're not going to have too much. It's almost great proof that you're going to get down on the green or right on the fringe to the right or behind the green. So you shouldn't have any worries about the second shot. But if you want to get it really, really close and just have a simple putt, or maybe even get a chance for it to roll in for an albatross, 3 3/4 topspin and 4 topspin at the most with a full overpower big dog 6 or 7. That's the trick. okay, and then hit it perfect. So those are the notes for the rookie account and the Celtic Classic. And as you can see, these adjustments have worked for me. They are meant for my clubs and my accounts, but I want to share them with you, give a starting point. So good luck to your quest for gold, because that's what we're all here for. And I wish all of you the very best round for the rest of the week and then into the weekend. And have an amazing day today, okay? Good luck.